Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we will check fresh release from Zoukei-Mura. As you can see, that's another version of F-4C Phantom 2 and of course it is modded in 1/48 scale. As you can see, it's already 6th kit from Super Wing series in 1/48 scale, and box is as big as previous versions which we reviewed before. And by the way, you can find the video review articles and photos for previous versions as well, so just type in the Phantom Zoukei-Mura and you will see them. As for this version, it comes in this nice box. We have this beautiful box art on the front. On the side we have some information about the kit, but it's written in Japanese, some safety advices in English, and then here we have some features of the model, again written in Japanese. So I'm still wondering when Zoukei-Mura will introduce English words on the box, because it's already let's say almost several years past and we still get boxes with Japanese text on them. So that's a top opening box, and let's open it and we will check what's inside. So as you can see, box is quite full of different sprues. We're gonna start from the top, of course. Here we have transparent parts, copy canopy parts, as well as some position lights and target sight. Molding quality is quite nice. I can say it straight away because parts division looks similar to what we saw before in previous versions. So here it is. Let's zoom in. Again, we have one piece part for the closed canopy version, and of course 4-piece assembly for the open canopy version. It will be up to you which one to choose. Of course, it is better to show what's inside of this model, even though, I mean, even out of the box version should be quite interesting in detailing. If you paint it carefully, it should be quite nice to display it through the open canopy. But of course, final decision will be up to you. Next we have first gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to different external elements. Here we even have the exhaust nozzles. Let's zoom out a bit. So here you can see this engine nozzles. Also here we have tail wings, some parts for the external detailing of landing gear base, for example. Here you can see side panels for the cockpit, some special holders for the missiles. But let's check this nozzles set. So as you can see, they look quite nice. Attachment points are placed from 3 places here and 2 places here, so I'm quite surprised that it's not 2 here as well. But molding quality seems to be nice. I think it should be more than enough for out of the box build. And of course you can replace them with resin, because I saw several aftermarket producers already producing the F-4C nozzles, and I think it won't be difficult to combine them with this plastic. Next we have small gray plastic sprue. Now just give me a second. Here it is. So here we have dashboard, 2 of them, also combing panel, some side panels, and also special pod for the nose part. As you can see, these dashboards feature nice, I would say, detailing of the gauges, but again, you can replace them with PE parts. I think even Zoukei-Mura will be selling some PE sets for fine detailing of the cockpit, and I think this model deserves such upgrade because it's 1/48 scale and PE set and cockpit should be noticeable once you install it, and of course model will benefit from such addition. Next we have another gray plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to external elements once again. Here we have landing gear doors, also 1-piece nose segment, and note that attachment points are placed right on the edges, here, here, but not here. So this area will require careful separation, because otherwise you might damage the external surface. And I can even zoom in so that you can see it closer, but otherwise it's really nice that this part is molded as a 1-piece and you won't have any visible seams in this area. That's really crucial, and it should be easier to assemble model with such parts division. And below you can see special slots for air intakes. These are also molded as 1-piece parts and should be placed into their appropriate places, let's say. Next we have slightly bigger sprue. This one, as you can guess, is dedicated to fuselage halves. Here you can see them. These are quite large parts. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Of course, frontal section of the air intakes will have to be assembled separately. We just saw the nose cone, which is molded separately, but note the tail segment is molded together with this fuselage half. It's quite unusual, I would say. Here you can see external panels for air intakes and some parts for the tail segment. The engine nozzles area is here. Of course, this is a let's say set for fuel external tank, and here we have landing gear leg. Only one, I guess that's a nose part. Next we have another grey plastic sprue. Here we have different parts for wheel wells, also for pilot seats, and even for the frame, which will be placed around the cockpit, because it is molded separately for better molding quality and better detailing. So here you can see it. It features nice detailing out of the box. So take your time, paint it carefully, and you will be surprised with final appearance. Here you can see these parts for landing gear wheel wells. Here is another one. Again, we have some pre-molded detailing, which is really nice to have. Here are some parts for pilot seats. Of course, Phantom has 2 seats, and of course nobody stops you from replacing them with resin parts if you would like to see better detailing in the cockpit. Next, this model is quite famous already for 2 complete engines included into this set. So manufacturer offers a choice to assemble one engine separately out of the aircraft and place it on the special trolley. Of course, the final choice will be up to you. Here you can see them. But the detailing of these parts is traditionally good for this manufacturer, and I can even zoom in so that you can see external detailing of these engines. Here you can see, by the way, the landing gear wheel tires. Here we have another 2 halves for engines. Here we have some parts for the wheel wells. Again, nose landing gear parts and engine nozzles. Here you can see them. And here we have air intakes, 2 types of them, so that I guess one of pair will go to your spare parts. Next we have separate sprue with armament. Here we have different types of the missiles and also special leather which can be placed with aircraft. And of course such addition will make your model a bit more realistic, because usually we just place them on the table and that's all, but now you have even the special leather without figurines, but still it's also a nice addition. Here you can see missiles, here you can see there are tail fins which are molded separately, and molding quality is quite quite nice, so no problems here. Another plastic sprue. This one is dedicated to missiles and fuel tanks. Just give me a second to open them. Okay. So here they are. Parts division is approximately similar to what we saw before. And inside we have position pins for these large halves for fuel tanks, so no worries. It should be easy to combine them together. Then we have another sprue which we just saw before. You can recognize it by this special leather. So we won't open it because it's absolutely identical. Another plastic frame with fuel tank. Again, it's similar to what we saw before, so also won't be opened. And the last grey plastic sprue, also quite large one. Now I need a second to open it. Here we have wing parts and also some wing mechanization elements, because all wing mechanization parts are molded separately in this kit. And that's quite a nice solution to, let's say, the most common problem in 1/48 scale when you get a big aircraft with molded in flaps or ailerons. Here we have everything divided separately, so you can drop them on your model, and of course final decision will be up to you. So here you can see also that lower wing halves are molded together with middle section of the fuselage, which is also quite unusual parts division. And inside we have position pins, of course, and of course you will have to add the special parts for wheel wells, and all mechanization parts are divided into two halves, so you should combine them together in order to get a final appearance. Next we have assembly manual and decals sheet, which are packed into the same plastic bag, so just give me a second to open them. As you remember, previous kits featured only one marking option, so it will be interesting to see how many marking options are included into this kit, but I can guess that again there is only one marking option, and that's quite a huge disadvantage for this kit. I mean, for this price they could have included at least two marking options, and as you know, famous competitor from the same country, they usually feature at least two marking options. Nevertheless, here we have decals for the cockpit, so these should look nice once you apply them inside, and all decals are printed in cartograph, so printing quality is really nice. Here I don't have any complaints. Next we have assembly manual. Actually, that's a painting manual for this aircraft, so it is printed in form of the separate poster, and here you can see one and only marking option which is included into this kit. It is also featured on the box art, so you should know it. And here we have another view of the aircraft. Paint numbers are given in, I guess it's Vallejo numbers. But of course nobody stops you from using some different manufacturers' paints. And of course assembly manual. Assembly manual was printed in black and white. This is A4 size brochure. Again, we have quite descriptive explanation of why, what's the difference between F-4C and other versions. Assembly process starts from the pilot seats, then we continue with cockpit. We assemble fuselage, we assemble separate engines, and note here we have this, let's say, possible deviation from assembly manuals, that you can assemble whole engine on the separate stand. And next we have wings assembly, wheel wells assembly, then we continue with air intakes, with wing mechanization, flaps and ailerons of course. Then there is outer wing detailing, nose landing gear. As you can see, there are plenty of steps to do, and I can say that in total there are more than 30, more than 40, actually, just give me a second, 45 steps to do. And here we have some assembly advices on how to carefully assemble your aircraft. And this is a parts map. This is a special coupon which works only in Japan, so that you can order additional sprue if you get a damaged one, of course. And here you can see some information about the kit, so how to attach the kit, manufacturer information, and again this order form. So that's all for this video review. I hope you enjoyed it. For detailed photos, as usual, check the video description below. There should be a link for the review article. If you like this video and you want to help us to shoot more video reviews like this, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!